The village of Ona was a big and industrious village where many hard-working people lived. Because Ona village was primarily known for its abundance of natural resources, many companies built their facilities in Ona to mine those natural resources. As a result, Ona village had a large number of visitors and foreigners trooping in and out every year. In Ona village, there lived a beautiful girl named Amara. Amara was the only daughter of her poor parents, and she worked very hard to look after her parents. Sometimes, Amara would go to different companies to help clean or even run some errands for some of their foreign workers. This was the only way Amara made enough money every day to support her parents. One day, Amara was cleaning one of the biggest companies in Ona village when she met a man named Akin. Akin was a very handsome man, and he had a charming personality. As a young girl who didn't have a boyfriend, Amara liked Akin instantly, and Akin could tell from the way she smiled at him. "Do you work here?" Akin asked Amara when he noticed that she wouldn't stop staring at him. "Yes, sir," Amara answered respectfully. "Oh, please, don't call me sir. I'm not even that much older than you," Akin said. "My name is Akin, and I just got transferred to this company." He added, "You are welcome, sir." "I'm sorry, Akin," Amara said. "Thank you, but you haven't told me your name," Akin said. "My name is Amara, and I grew up in this village," Amara introduced herself. "It's nice to meet you, Amara. I hope we can become friends. You know I just moved here and I do not know anyone," Akin said. "Of course, I work as a cleaner for your company, and I would like to be your friend," Amara said shyly. "Thank you, Amara. I have to go now, but I hope to see you soon," Akin said before leaving Amara. That day, when Amara returned home, she told her mother about Akin and how she had made a new friend. Surprisingly, while Amara was busy telling her mother about her day, she heard a familiar voice outside her house, and when she went to check who it was Akin. "Akin!" Amara called his name in shock. "What are you doing here? How did you know where I live?" She added, "Good evening, Amara. I'm sorry I came to your house without your permission. Actually, I wanted to see my new friend, so I asked one of your colleagues about you, and she pointed me to your parents' house," Akin said. "No, you don't have to be sorry. I'm just surprised that you're here. Please come inside," Amara said as she ushered Akin into the house. Immediately Akin entered the house, he prostrated for Amara's mother as his way of showing respect. "Hey, you are welcome, my son. What do we offer you, please?" Amara's mother asked after she told Akin to stand up. "Oh, nothing. I don't want anything, ma. I only came to see where my friend lives. Maybe some other time," Akin said. Not even water?" Amara's mother asked. "No, ma. I am full, and my stomach cannot take another cup of water at the moment," Akin said. "If you say so, my son. But please, when you are coming next time, let me know on time so I can prepare a delicious meal for you, Amara's mother said. "I will do that, Mama. I only came today to ask Amara if she would like to show me around the village. I am still new here and she's the only friend I have," Akin said. Of course. She will take you around the village. She's even free to go with you now," Amara's mother said. Mama, but you know I'm not free," Amara said. "Leave whatever you are doing and take this fine young man around the village, Amara's mother said, and Amara smiled. "Let's go, Akin. If I can't take you everywhere, then we will continue tomorrow," Amara said as she walked out of her house with Akin. While Amara was taking Akin around the village, Akin asked her some personal questions and she answered them. But Amara noticed something. Whenever she asked Akin any questions about himself, he would beat around the bush and would not answer the questions. However, when this happened, Amara didn't read any meaning to it. She just believed that Akin was not ready to talk about himself, and whenever he was, he would tell her. As time passed, Amara and Akin got pretty close to each other, and as a result of their closeness, Akin spoiled Amara with a lot of gifts and money. Every evening, whenever Amara walked with Akin around the village, Akin would ensure he gifted her something. Sometimes, Akin would go to Amara's house just to give her parents gifts. One time, Amara's mother fell very ill, and Akin took her to the hospital, paid all the bills, and still bought her everything she needed. About 4 months after Amara and Akin met, Akin asked Amara to be his girlfriend, and she said yes. Even though Akin seemed more educated than Amara, and he earned much more money than she did, he didn't mind dating her. After Amara said yes to Akin, she thought they would date for years before they married, but to her greatest surprise, 6 months after they started dating, Akin asked Amara to marry him. By this time, Amara's life and her parents' lives had improved greatly because of Akin. Akin ensured that he provided everything they wanted, and he didn't mind spending his last money on Amara and her parents. However, despite everything Akin had done for Amara and her family, Amara still had doubts about him.
Amara, what is the problem? This young man has done so much for our family. Why do you have a double mind about him?
Amara's father asked after she said yes to Akin's marriage proposal. I don't know, Papa, but I just have this feeling that something is not right. Do you know that up till today, I don't know anything about Akin? He doesn't talk about himself or his family. I don't even know anything about his past or any of his family members, Amara said.
Maybe he wants you to meet them after you marry him. You are not in his mind, and you do not know what he thinks about you,
Amara's mother said.
Look, my daughter, Akin is a very good boy, and I can boldly tell you that you will not find anyone like him in this village. Don't you see how he takes care of us? Ever since Akin came into our lives, everything has changed for the better, she added.
I know, Mama. I agree that Akin is a good man, but I still have this restlessness in my spirit, Amara said.
I know what you mean. You are afraid of marriage and afraid of leaving us your parents. I had that same restlessness when I was about to marry your father. I was so scared he would maltreat me. But your father loves me more and more every passing day, Amara's mother said.
One more thing, Mama.
Have you noticed that Akin has never eaten any of the food we serve him in this house? Anytime I ask him why he doesn't eat, he will come up with an excuse, and all those things bother me, Amara said. I have noticed that too, my daughter, but you cannot blame him. You know Akin is a Yoruba man, and he isn't from our tribe. Many people find it difficult to eat foods from other tribes, and I am sure if you traveled to his state, you would have the same difficulty eating their food, Amara's father said.
Is that so?
Amara asked in a confused tone. Yes, my dear. That is it, Amara's father said. My dear, you need to calm down and remove all the bad things you have put in your head about Akin. Akin has shown us that he is good and he will take good care of you. You just need to be a good wife and take care of your husband so you can grow old together, Amara's mother said.
Okay, thank you, Mama and Papa, for your words of wisdom,
Amara said. Sadly, even though Amara didn't feel good about marrying Akin,
She went ahead with the marriage because of her parents. As usual, after her marriage to Aki, Amara moved into Akin's house, and that was where she began to experience and see strange and unusual things about Aki. For example, even though Amara learned to cook some local Yoruba tribe dishes because of Akin, Akin would not eat her food. In the first year of their marriage, Akin claimed that the reason he was not eating was because he was on a dry fast. But as time passed, Amara learned something else. Aside from not eating, Amara also realized that Akin never slept at night. Instead of sleeping, he would walk around the house until dawn. Knowing that Akin would not give her a straightforward answer if she asked him why he never slept, Amara decided to do the findings herself. While Akin and Amara were dating, Akin reluctantly told Amara his state of origin, and he mentioned the name of his hometown, but he refused to talk about his family and past life. So, one day, in a bid to find out the truth about her newly wedded weird husband, Amara decided to travel to Akin's state of origin, which was Ondo State. She was just desperate to meet any of his family members so she could learn certain things about him. Since Amara knew that Akin would never let her travel to his state of origin, Amara lied to him and told him she was traveling to Lagos to buy some things for her new business. 3 days after telling Akin about her intentions to travel, Amara traveled to Ondo State by road. Upon arriving in Ondo State, Amara went straight to Akin's hometown to at least find someone who would recognize his picture. Funnily enough, even though Amara was married to Akin, she didn't know his second name or surname. She only knew him as Akin, and the only piece of information she had about him was their wedding picture. Unfortunately for Amara, the first 2 days she arrived at Akin's hometown, she could not find anyone who recognized Akin. But on the third day, something very shocking happened.
Good afternoon, Ma. Please, do you know this person?
Amara asked an elderly woman who was sitting in front of her provision shop.
Yes, I know him. What do you want with him?
The woman said.
Thank God. Finally, someone has recognized him.
Amara soliloquized.
He is my husband, and he told me he is from this village.
Amara said.
That's not possible. Akin cannot be your husband. I know his wife very well, and you are not her.
The woman said. Immediately Amara heard that Akin was married to another woman. Her heart sank.
But we just got married some months ago,
Amara said.
I even have some of our wedding pictures with me,
Amara said as she brought out her wedding pictures with Akin.
Here they are,
she added as she handed them to the woman. As soon as the woman saw the wedding pictures, her countenance changed.
Eh? What is this? Are you playing with me? Eh? How can you be married to Aki who died 2 years ago?
The woman said.
Died? What do you mean by that?
Amara asked in shock.
Aki is dead. He died 2 years ago in a ghastly motor accident, and he was buried in his father's compound. I can even take you to his grave. His wife and 3-year-old son still live in his father's compound,
the woman said.
No, I don't believe that. It cannot be my Aki. I saw him some days ago before traveling here,
Amara said in a shaky voice.
If you do not believe, let us go to his grave. Then you can talk to his wife too,
the woman said. Without wasting time, Amara and the woman took a motorcycle to Akin's father's compound. Just as the woman had said, Akin's grave and tombstone were where she had said they were.
No, this cannot be. Are you sure he didn't have a twin?
Amara said in a confused tone.
My daughter, Aki didn't have a twin, none that we know of,
the woman said, while Amara was still trying to wrap her head around what she had seen. The woman called Akin's wife for Amara and Amara spoke to her, but she could still not believe all she had heard and seen. That day, instead of returning to her hotel room, Amara took the next bus back to Ona Town. But she didn't go alone. She managed to convince Akin's first wife that Akin was still alive, and the woman followed her back to Ona Town. Upon getting to her house, something very shocking happened. Immediately Amara got to her house, she called Akin to open the door for her, and immediately Akin opened the door and saw his first wife. He disappeared before their eyes, and no one ever saw him again. As for Amara, after Akin disappeared and she confirmed that she had been married to a ghost the whole time, she cut off from her parents who pushed her to marry Akin, and she moved to the city where she never married again until her old age. If only Amara had listened to her heart, she would not have married a ghost. The end. Did you enjoy this story? Tell us your favorite part in the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also, do not forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.